Today, I would like to talk about truth and why truth is so important. Truth is actually very, very simple. It's never complex. There's a lot of truth that's available that we have researched scientifically of what is going on. We are very aware. So what do I do with the destruction that is and that I find if I open my eyes and just look at what is? I don't deny myself my clear vision of it. I do not deny myself. I don't get pulled into the they and me and us and them and black and white. And I see that, but I don't get pulled in. I allow myself to be a world citizen in my thinking. I allow myself to be an animal like any other animals in my thinking, in my availability to put myself into the shoes of another. I can use my mind to see what would that feel like, and that can connect to a feeling that I most likely have had in my life. Because one thing is true: as human beings, we all, no matter what culture, no matter what country, no matter what religion, no matter what color, we all have a feeling body. We have a heart that pounds, and we have a mind that can think. That can be the platform for collective unconscious to land. It can be it can allow you to visualize. It has a memory bank like the iCloud, and it has access to different ways of thinking. It's flexible. It is definitely available to a higher mind and a lower mind. It is crucial to know that we are, in our nature, not disconnected from it. We only think we are disconnected from it. So let's just say the mind has an investment of thinking it's the boss. Now, if I know that, and if I find that in myself, if I allow myself to have that, then I can see the destruction that this mind has created, that is real, that I see every day. It's in everyday life. And it continues, and it seems to have a momentum that doesn't stop. How can I stop the effect of this destructiveness in me? Is I allow myself to remember, how did we get here? I don't deny myself that I see it, and I don't get pulled into the opposite. This is a better way of, the right way of doing things, and this is the wrong way of doing things. I just look at what really works in my being naturally part of all that is. And then in that way, it cannot work that I just take everything from the earth for my good, but I overlook what it does to all the other creatures, to all the other people in the world, even to someone in a different country, or to a different cultural thinking mind. Do I create a reaction? Am I creating an opposition and I'm actually caught in it and it will never end? It's a fixated, it will always go on like that, on that level. So yes, becoming aware of who am I, remembering, coming back to that place where I'm just open and available, and where I'm vulnerable, and where I let everything that is have an impact, and where I do not need the boundaries in separation, but I need a filter that allows me to see clearly. And then my fear comes in, and think, is it really that ugly? Am I really that angry at that person for being so destructive? Then I'm actually caught in the destructiveness because I'm angry about that and I want to change that. So what I have an investment in that should not be, I have my human emotions, my human feeling body that kicks in, and I have my that's because mind thinking. and I'm not in my higher mind, and I'm not available for change. So let's find you and you and me, that place where we are commonly connected. And it cannot be in the one way is right and the other is wrong. It's in the gray zone of being flexible and movement. And if we think as a global humanity, if we think as a human form in respect to all the other forms, if we see how we can clean up the dirt we create, we don't want to shoot it up into the atmosphere. That will not do us any good, but we also can't put it into the ocean any longer. It's already poisoned. It's poisoning all the other creatures on the earth. 50% of the reef in Australia is no longer alive. What are we doing? It doesn't work. It's not a win-win. So we have to really stop. We can recycle more. We can produce less and need less. We don't need all that stuff. If we have community, if we have an open heart for each other, if we put ourselves into each other's shoes, if we think in a different new way, if we can reuse the material we have, all that the earth is giving us, there's plenty enough for everyone. And since I have had an outer body experience, a near-death experience, and came back into the body, it is really truly since then my urgency to bring that across for as long as I'm alive. And I have some people who know some people who are at the handle of how we do life. Who are in the CEOs of the biggest companies that are running the show. And we have to be thinking together. It is not about the big guy and the small guy. It's like, let's make this work. I forget about being the small guy. You forget about being the big guy. I don't have to be the big guy. You don't have to be the small guy, We don't have to be in opposition or in even competitiveness with each other. That will not get us out of the mess we created. So let's rethink and find ways of. So every day, suggest to your store, suggest to the UPS man, to suggest to Amazon, suggest to, and I know I'm not supposed to call names, but suggest to companies, what if you take back, I store the boxes in my garage and you take them back, and next time you actually put something in there. What if bacteria and viruses are not necessarily killing us, but we are dealing with one that will if we don't clean up? So, we will have to change our ways of what we think was normal and come back to the natural. And right now, yes, we have to preserve, watch out for each other and do the things that are recommended. If I'm blessed to be alive through this, I wish that for everyone, of course. And then let's clean up together, and let's use less, and reuse what we have, and have respect to what we're given. And that's all I can do. So I thank you for listening, because the helplessness about it, I can't be stuck in. So this is what I do to bring the message across, and that's where we hold hands, all of us, no matter what language. Because the global effect of the virus we're dealing with is connecting us in the possibility of rethinking of all of humanity. And then I have to be willing to sacrifice a little bit of my personal investment. If I like to eat a particular thing and you can't get it right now, be okay about it. Eat something different. Don't be so invested in having to have it exactly how you want to have it. Thank you so much. Thank you.